Welcome to another Photoshop tutorial. In this video, we will create a design for animal lovers, this project. I just learned one of the techniques that I'm about to show you. It's very sweet and it was a very tricky one. Watch and enjoy. Step number 1. Let's create the background. The first layer of our background is a gradient. Come here and click on gradient. The gradient that I'm going to use is a custom one, but if you would like to create it, just come to basics folder and click on this one when you have two colors. After that, you need to change the color. Click on the thumbnail of your gradient and change the first color to 207 in hue, 100 of saturation, and 21% of brightness. For the second color, change it to 205 in hue, 81% of brightness, 81% of saturation and 100% of brightness. After that, change the style to radial. And if you click on your scene, you can change the position of your gradient radial. Somewhere around here is okay based on our design. Scale should be changed to 150%. And the angle doesn't matter because the style is radial, but check the reverse to have something like this one. And other options would be like this, and press on OK. The next layer of the background and the trick that I recently learned it is this one. At first, come here and enable the ellipse tool. After that, create a precise shape, something like this one. We don't need any color to fill our shape. We need a stroke, and the color of a stroke doesn't matter because we are going to change it in FX options. The thickness of our stroke should be something around 900 pixels, and the stroke appearance should be dashes. Now come here. In the first box, enter 0.1, and in the second box, enter 0.1. Now, as you can see, we have a shape like this one. Right-click on your layer and convert it into a smart object. After that, press Ctrl-T and adjust it with your scene. Now, the adjustment is finished, but let's change the appearance of this layer. Double-click on it. Go to gradient, and the gradient of this layer is same with the gradient of our background, but we have a difference in this one. We've checked the reverse, and the style of this one is radial as same as our background, and the angle doesn't matter, and the scale is 150%, and following options would be like this one. Press on OK, and the background is ready. Step number 2. It's time for importing the image. The image that I'm going to use in this project is this one, an image of animated character, and I have already removed the background. So all I need to do is to import it into the project. Image is here, and now it's time for changes. At first, make it selected, press Ctrl-J and create a duplicated layer. Now right-click on it and convert it into a smart object. I have told you many different ways for changing color theme of your subject in Photoshop. Now let me show you another one. Double-click on duplicated layer, enable the gradient overlay. The gradient options and settings is the same as background gradient, and the only change is in blend mode. I've changed it to hue, and now as you can see, the color theme of my subject has been changed. Press on OK. And as you can see, the whole image has changed in color, but I don't need the skin to be changing color. So, make the duplicated layer selected. Come here and create a layer mask. Now, enable the brush, and where your foreground color has been set to black, by brushing in the skin areas, you can reset the color to the original one.
A few moments later.
Color changing is finished and now you can see the result. The second step is completed. Step number 3. Let's design our project. In this layer, I will show you a technique that would change your design into something that would look like a crushed paper. We have many methods for doing that, but this technique is the fastest one and it's a very good one. At first, create a new layer. Now enable the brush. The foreground color has been set to black and the background color has been set to white. Please pay attention to this one. After that, click on your scene, and as you can see, I have something like this one. And if you don't have the brush that I'm using, don't worry, just read the description of this tutorial. Now press Ctrl T and adjust the size. Now, as you can see, our whole design would look like a crushed paper. The final layer of our project is a text effect in Photoshop that I really like it. So let me show you how it's created. At first, enable the horizontal type tool, click on the scene and type something. After that, adjust your text with your scene. Something like this one is okay. Before continuing the process of creating our text, we need to create a new document. Press Ctrl and N together. In width, put 1 pixel and in height, put 2 pixels. After that, press on Create. Now you would be having something like this document. Come here and enable the lasso tool, unlock your layer, and after that, select 1 pixel of it. And the foreground color has been set to black. Press Alt and Backspace and something like this one is okay. After that, when the layer is selected, come to Edit and click on Define Pattern and define this pattern. Now, let's get back to the project. It's time for creating the text. At first, make it selected and change the color of your text to white. Now, double-click on your text. Enable the pattern overlay. Blend mode is a screen, opacity 30%, and the pattern we've just created it. Angle 0, scale 600, 32%. Now, in blending option, decrease the fill opacity. Now you would be having something like this one. After that, enable the color overlay. The color overlay that I'm going to use for our text is the second color of our background gradient. The color code is 205 in hue, 81% of saturation, and 100% of brightness. Blend mode is color and opacity is 66%. After that, enable the inner glow. Blend mode normal, opacity 100%, and the color is the same with our color overlay. Following options are like this one. And for the final, enable the outer glow. Blend mode normal and other options are here. And by pressing on OK, the design is completed. Well done, my friend! You've just finished another Photoshop tutorial. If you would like this process to be repeated, don't forget to subscribe the channel and share this video with your friends. I would really like to see your design based on these techniques. Now you will see the final result.